weekend, and there's always discussions about Los Angeles as a football town. Is there lots of buzz about the Rams, or are people more up in arms about the Lakers than they are about the Rams?
I mean, this is definitely a Laker town, right? Without question. So people are up in arms about the Lakers a little bit. But as far as football goes, bro, I think the problem is there's just so much to do out here, right? And you have the two teams, and it's 1,000% more Rams town than it is a Chargers town, right? But even at that, I feel like I don't even know if the Rams are going to really have a true home field advantage come Sunday because, I just see a lot of movement on the secondary ticket market. A lot of people who had Rams tickets are selling them. The Niners, they're only 8 hours away. So, their fans are going to be coming in mass. So, I feel like people are probably a little more upset the Lakers aren't playing very well. I'm watching the Sixers kind of give it to them at the half right now. Sixers-Lakers are playing right now. But, man, it's definitely a Laker-Dodger town. The Rams coming in at third. And I just don't know. I don't think there's a huge buzz. At least I'm not seeing it, to be completely honest with you.
That's pretty incredible because if you think about it, I mean that team is they were put together almost like some of LeBron James's teams, right? I mean it's supposed to be one of these super teams. They've got some really big name superstars. They obviously have probably the best defensive player in the league in Aaron Donald. They've got Matt Stafford. Back.
Did you say probably?
Well. You got to be careful around these parts. Even though he's from here and he played at Pitt, you got to be very, very careful. The T.J. Watt fanboy club is very, very vocal and angry if you happen to mention Aaron Donald is better. But so I was just
T.J.'s a man too, though.
He is, but I always just try and couch it that way so that maybe you may be right, But anyway, so you see the Rams and the 49ers. 49ers obviously have Jimmy Garoppolo, and nobody can figure out how they keep winning games with that guy, but they do. They run the ball well, and they have won some weird number, like 7 out of 9 or something like that against the Rams. I mean, is this another game where it's just a matchup thing, or do you feel like the Rams will sort of solve this issue with the 49ers?
I mean, well, obviously, you got to throw the regular season out when it comes to a playoff matchup. That's what they say, right? Or, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. All those kind of cliche things. I really don't know what to make of this, man. The Niners really do seem like they have the Rams number. And, again, like I said a few minutes ago, I don't think that the Rams are necessarily, outside of the fact that they don't have to travel, they get to sleep in their own. I don't even know if they get to sleep in their own bed. Do they go to the hotel before a game? I don't know. But other than the fact that they'll have all the accoutrements of being at home, I don't know that they're going to enjoy a home field advantage in this game. So this game's wide open, man. You're right. No one can figure out Garoppolo. But the bottom line is, as Herman Edwards said, you play to win the game, right? It doesn't matter if you have pretty stats, sexy stats. If you got the W at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And the Niners are kind of on a little bit of a roll right now, and they got this guy, Deebo Samuel, who is an absolute weapon, who, by air, by ground, he'll run past you, he'll run through you. Deebo's a fun guy to watch. And, of course, George Kittle, he'll, lay the smack down on somebody, too, out there. So, I don't know, man. The Niners feel like, to me, they might be on to something right now.
Well, and here's the thing that's crazy. The Niners, Jimmy Garoppolo has won 4 playoff games with the Niners, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ben Roethlisberger, who just retired and is being celebrated as one of the greatest ever, since 2010, he's won 3. If you think about that, over the last 11, Ben Roethlisberger was 3-8 in his last 11 playoff games. And so it's hard to win playoff games. The fact that they're 4-1 with Jimmy G, they just seem to figure out a way to win.
Yeah. And again, like I said, man, you get that team. They come in hot. They get the momentum on their side, but man, this Rams team seems like they're starting to click offensively, right? And Matt Stafford was always like another guy who was a puzzle piece. He was always putting up big numbers in Detroit. Obviously, he had one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. You always wondered what would happen if he had a running game, had a little bit of a better team, and now you're kind of seeing what would happen if he had a better team and a little bit of a running game. And I think it's gonna. I think this is Matt Stafford's time, though. Like he could silence all the doubters, all the critics. He just comes through, and Odell, right? Odell was washed 8 weeks ago, right? Odell has been balling, and Cooper Kupp has just been incredible this year. So again, man, I don't know how excited I was for it before you and I started talking. Now I think I've just talked myself into being super hyped up for this Niners-Rams game. I think this is going to be amazing. And also the Niners have a kid, Kevin Givens, on the defensive line. He's from Altoona. So he's a cat I like to look out for. He had a couple big tackles against the Cowboys, unfortunately, a few weeks ago.
Well, and I think that's the thing. I mean, they've got a lot of different guys that can do their thing, that Rams team. But again, the 49ers are just a team that seems to figure out how to win. The other game, I don't know how the other game could match the Chiefs game from this past weekend, in terms of excitement and all that other stuff. But Joe Burrow is a guy that he seems to be right up your alley in terms of got a little bit of cockiness to him. Got a little bit of he's that guy, man, and I have a feeling he's going to go in there and give the Chiefs all they can handle.
Yeah, one thing's for certain, right? This moment won't be too big for Joe Burrow. He back in 2020, and when the Super Bowl was in Miami, he came on the Rich Eisen show. We're about 30 seconds away from going live, and Rich had a cup of coffee on his desk. First time I've ever seen it, the last time I've ever seen it, he accidentally spills the coffee all over the desk. And it's just like rushing at Joe Burrow. The coffee's like spilling everywhere. That dude just sat there, and his heart rate, you could tell, didn't even increase. Like 13 of us went into panic mode, and like a NASCAR pit crew jumped up with a mop and paper towels and tried to stop the coffee. It was like one of those commercials for the paper towel, for Bounty paper towels, when everything's going in slow motion. But Joe Burrow, bro, he didn't even move. Like, he had on white shoes, and it was just like he was so calm. And I just looked at him like, all right, this dude, man, he's got nerves of steel. And I know that might be a weird analogy to make, but it just kind of proved to me like that the dude just doesn't feel any pressure, stays calm under pressure. And you're right, man. It's just no moment seems too big for him. So this might be. I mean, it's going to be tough. The Chiefs Arrowhead. It's going to be loud. Those fans are dead. And as I said, the Rams not really having a home field advantage. The Chiefs are going to decidedly have a home field advantage, right?
Well, that's one of the
see.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest places to play. But as Joe Burrow said this week, he played in the SEC. Pretty sure he can handle the crowd at he played at Alabama, played at places like Auburn. I mean, he's pretty sure he can handle the crowd at Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out in a few hours.
My favorite Joe Burrow, though, honestly, was the after the LSU won the national championship, and there's that picture of him sitting there. He's still in his uniform with the spikes on, and he's smoking a cigar. That's when I said, I like this guy.
Right.
I was like, he might be a product of the fact that he's playing with a freaking all-star team, but I like this guy.
He has a DGAF attitude, and it comes through with some of the passes he throws too. There are times where he'll see a guy be double teamed, and he's like, "Look, I'm putting the ball here. I don't care what the coverage says," and he'll just cock back and fire something into Jamar Chase, and you're just like, "Whoa, okay."
Yeah.
So I guess as a quarterback, you have to have that, right? You have to have that supreme confidence in the throws you're making and in the people you're throwing the ball to. So, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that's yeah. I mean, again, and obviously he's got some really good guys that to throw the ball to. So it should be a really incredible weekend. Will you be at the Rams game this weekend?
Oh, no, I will not be at the Rams game. I'll be sitting in the comfort of my living room on the couch where I spent pretty much every Sunday watching football. But yeah. And by the way, I probably couldn't afford a ticket to this game. I mean, like I said, the secondary ticket prices are a little bit out of control right now. So.
Well, yeah, and all right, man. Well, we will. I'm sure do it again sometime soon. And thank you so much, TJ. And keep up the good work with the Rich Eisen show.